Good morning, SoFlo taste buds. I am Chef Michelle Bernstein. Where do you think a Cuban sandwich was first concocted? Here in SoFlo? Well, some say no, but we can claim to be the Cuban sandwich capital of the world. But it's said the first Cuban sandwich came from Tampa. I don't know if anybody knows that for sure. Join me for Cuban sandwiches with my twist next on SoFlo Taste. I'm so excited. Good morning, y'all. I'm Chef Michelle Bernstein here in the Goya Kitchen and Fuse Specialty Appliances, a premier partner of Sub-Zero Wolf and Cove Showroom Miami. Happy National Cuban Sandwich Day. If you don't know, and it's hard to live in SoFlo and not know, but a Cuban sandwich is a combination of ham, roast pork, Swiss cheese, pickles, mustard, all pressed together and heated on Cuban bread. Now, if that's not what's in your Cuban sandwich, don't worry, because I'm going to make Cuban sandwiches today that aren't constructed like that either necessarily, and I'll show you how. Let's get cooking. So this is pretty traditional, my first one. I have no problem with it straight Cuban with yellow mustard, but I really love this mustard and mayonnaise mixture that we make at a lot of our restaurants. So in here I already have Dijon and mayo, and I'm going to add the very important yellow mustard. For those that I've just offended, then go ahead and use yellow mustard. I can tell you that everything else is somewhat traditional. I do make a very, very delicious roast pork, however. At Café La Trova, we make this pork and we sell hundreds of pounds a week. It's just beautiful. Take a look in there, show everybody how good it looks. You will find my recipe on our website. It's marinated and cooked in this marinade, and it is just delicious. And I got this pork shoulder from my friends over at Milam's Markets. Milam's Markets also wants you to know they have fresh, locally baked breads in all of their 6 bakery departments. Milam's Markets also caters to gluten-free, vegan, kosher, and lactose-free diets. Visit any one of their 6 SoFlo markets or at milamsmarkets.com. Milam's Markets, SoFlo's family grocer since 1984. Experience the difference. All right, I have my foil ready for pressing. I've got my lechon right here. Let's go ahead and start to build. I just have to mix in this yellow mustard into my mustard mayo. All right, so we have Cuban bread. I'm gonna just spread some of this goodness on both sides of it. And I'm gonna make 2 sandwiches, which to me can be cut into 4 easily because they are so big. I don't think I've ever actually finished a Cuban sandwich in one sitting in my life. Who knows, today maybe that changes. I don't know, we will see. So as you can see, I go pretty liberal with my, I like saucy things. I'm sorry guys if you don't, but this is mine. Okay, let's go ahead and start layering things up. I'm gonna start with the Swiss cheese, making sure, drives me crazy when people don't fill it all the way to the rim. So I'm just gonna like break it in half and cover the rest of that side like that. Then I'll add some of the sweet ham. Now this is up to you what kind of ham you want to get. You can get a honey roast ham, or you can just get, you know, jamón dulce, which is just a very plain, simple, sweet ham. So let's go ahead and do that here. And then of course, the lechon, which to me is probably the most important part. Normally you would use it cold, but since we just made it, I just wanted to show you how delicious our lechon is. And I mean, why not use it hot like this, right? So good. Don't go too crazy with it, but get as much in there as you want or can stuff into here. And make sure it has a good juiciness to it, because that just makes this even better. Está bien así, no? I think so. Sorry with the Spanglish, everybody. I'm making a Cuban sandwich. I have to get Spanglish on you. And I know I might not be Cuban, but I am a Latina, and I do love, love, love Cuban sandwiches, and I grew up on them, being from Miami. Okay, I think that's good. Ahora, pickles. Let's go ahead and place pickles on here. I know that they should probably be on the top, but I've decided to put a little bit of cheese on the top so that they don't fall out when you slice them. I don't like too few and I don't like too many. So there we go. We're gonna finish it with another piece of cheese right over the top of it. Un poquito más de queso, a little more of that cheese over there. All right, the last thing you do is, oh, it's right here. Grab some room temperature butter, softened butter, okay? Let me move this so I can really show y'all how to do it. Let's go ahead and prepare 2 foils. We're gonna use a little bit of the butter. Don't go too crazy because you don't want it to be like greasy or anything, right? So let's go ahead and brush both sides with a little bit of this butter, just like so. And then I'll place it into foil, wrap it up nice and tight so that everything melts together. Bring it together. And then we're going to place it, if you want a hot pan, or I have here a griddle over my stove. We're going to go like this. The weight is really important. You either have a brick at home that you can wrap in foil, or like me, just grab one of your heaviest pans. I think that's good. Place it on top and let it cook. Come back as I go further afield in my celebration of National Cuban Sandwich Day, which is a real thing, by the way, here on SoFlo Taste after the break.
You can watch SoFlo Taste anytime you want with the new Local 10 Plus Platinum app. Watch SoFlo Taste on your smart TV or your smartphone with 48-hour replay and higher quality video playback. And the best part is, it's completely free. Download the Local 10 Plus Platinum app and start streaming SoFlo Taste today. Come back to Chef Michelle and the food at the Goya Kitchen at Fuse Specialty Appliances. You're watching SoFlo Taste.
There's a new star shining in South Florida, and this one tastes delicious. We're talking about Star Burger, the exciting ranch-to-table burger restaurant concept created by the Estrella family. Here, every burger starts with premium beef raised on the family's own ranch in Mount Pleasant, Texas. It's quality you can taste in every bite.
My dad started cattle ranching about 20 years ago. We literally bring the beef directly from the ranch. We are 100% grass-fed and grass-finished, which is the key differentiator between us and every other smash burger restaurant in Miami.
Great burgers begin long before they hit the grill. Their cattle graze in open, grassy pastures, getting the nutrition Mother Nature intended. That commitment to raising beef the right way is part of what makes Star Burger a cut above the rest.
You know, we created the concept around the beef. You know, it wasn't that we said, oh, we should open a burger restaurant. We said, how can we get this meat out? And we figured this would be the best way. Thank you for coming.
That dedication shows up in every order, from juicy smash burgers to handcrafted sides and signature sauces. Every item is built around the simple idea of delivering honest, flavorful food.
I'm not the artist. Mother Nature is the artist. To give us this incredible meat, we just try to deliver this amazing product fast, hot, and in the best way possible for our customers.
And with gluten-free options available, everyone can enjoy the Star Burger experience. What began as a dream rooted in family tradition and ranch life has become one of South Florida's newest dining destinations. From pasture to plate, Star Burger serves up quality, passion, and flavor. Star Burger, a new star in South Florida, and a burger experience that's truly out of this world.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste and our show all about Cuban sandwiches. So our Cuban is ready. We made a kind of traditional-ish Cuban sandwich, and I've already cut one. Let me show you how it turned out. So I love unwrapping these. They're just so good. Be careful, it will be warm. And this is our beautiful Cuban. And you can hear how crispy it is. Just beautiful. That's what you're looking for. And the cheese has just begun to melt. And these are delicious. So good. All right. The next thing I wanted to make is something I kind of created for one of our restaurants, Café La Trova. I was trying to create a new empanada, and there was somebody that was eating a Cuban sandwich nearby, and I thought, has anybody ever made a Cuban sandwich empanada? And I looked it up, zero. So I decided, why not? So let me show you how it's done. I take discos de empanada. We make them, obviously, at the restaurant, but for home use, this is much, much easier. Let's do a couple of them for now, because I have some frying in the back. So these are your empanadas. We are going to start with some ham right in the center. And these are exactly the same ingredients that go into a traditional. They're just cut up really small. Swiss cheese, which I think is like the glue that holds it all together, so I always keep that kind of nearby. Some of our pork that we just chopped up a little bit, but it is exactly the same as this, just cooled off, because you cannot put hot meat in an empanada. If any of you make an empanadas, you know. So we chill it and then we chop it. Pickles, not too much. I think just one is sufficient. Well, actually, that's a half a one. And then just a touch more cheese to seal the deal. And then finally, a good dot of yellow mustard. All right. So for traditional empanadas, you either use a little bit of water on your finger or a little bit of egg with water. So I am just going to get this just a touch wet. I'm sorry I'm not using a brush, but this is how I would make it at home. Obviously not at the restaurant. Using a little bit of egg wash to keep this nice and sealed. Let's push them in, push all that filling in to get this empanada closed. And you want as much filling as possible. Nothing makes me more crazy than an empanada that is like half filled. What is that? Come on, guys. Push that stuffing in there. Let's get more filling in our empanadas. I think that should be a slogan. More filling in my empanadas. All right. So the easiest way, the way my mother first taught me how to seal an empanada, was with a fork. You just take the fork and you delicately press down all the way around the dough. Try not to puncture any holes in it. Just press it. Go ahead and do that on the other side as well, because you want it to look even. So you can bake these empanadas or you can fry these empanadas. All right, let's seal the next one. So at Café La Trova, we sell over 1,500 of these empanadas, orders of these empanadas a week. Gracias. Thank you. Oh, these are pretty. Thank you. So here you go. Cuban sandwich empanadas, delicious. You can serve them as they are. You can put a little bit of mustard on the side. I don't know. To me, it needs nothing. Come right back to SoFlo Taste. I've got more delicious recipes with the Goya Kitchen infused specialty appliances. The appliances on display here have been the refrigeration, cooking, and dishwashing specialists for decades and decades. Let their in-store pros help you create a functional, flexible, and fabulous kitchen. This View showroom is located at 2644 Southwest 28th Lane, Miami. Now come right back to celebrate more Day of the Cuban Sandwich.
Chef Michelle has more. So don't go away. SoFlo Taste is back in 2.
It's a Milam's Markets Minute. Here's Melinda Harper.
Here in South Florida, it is all about seafood, and it looks like you've got a great selection.
Yeah, we have lots of variety of fresh seafood, and I really want to call out our Faroe Island salmon. This salmon is exceptional. It's from the Faroe Islands, which is between Iceland and Norway. The waters are Arctic, cold, consistent. It's great for the salmon's development, and they come out just beautiful, tender, flaky, flavorful fish.
Tell us about the other selections that you have here in the seafood department.
We've got all kinds of fresh shrimp, shellfish. We've got cooked shrimp, raw shrimp, different varieties. We also got live lobsters, and we can steam those for you, or any seafood in the seafood department. We'll steam it for you here in the store, and we'll even have fresh stone crabs during the season.
So if you are looking for a fresh selection of seafood, you definitely have to come to Milam's Market.
Absolutely. Everything we have at Milam's Markets, we're striving for the very best quality and variety, and seafood is no exception. Come visit us in store for the very best seafood, or order online at milamsmarkets.com, and we'll deliver it to you.
I would come to the store and have them steam it for you.
Welcome back to SoFlo Taste. Want today's recipes? Well, scan this. Scan this QR code for an instant trip to the SoFlo Shows page. You'll also see this QRC on the ingredient list throughout today's show. Now back to my honoring the Cuban sandwich. Okay, I know this isn't a Cuban sandwich, but it's kind of a Cuban sandwich. This is a Cuban-American sandwich. It's called an Elena Ruz, named after the socialite that created this sandwich in the 1920s. You will find this in certain Cuban restaurants in Miami. It is very traditional. It is very straightforward, simple, but it is honestly one of my favorite sandwiches. And the first time I ever had it was at Versailles on 8th Street when I was a little girl, and I just think it is timeless. So all it is some sliced turkey. A very chunky strawberry marmalade is traditional. The latest versions will probably have like a guava jam in it, or something of your favorite marmalade variety would be fine. And of course some cream cheese. So it's very like Cuban gringoized sandwich, and it's really delicious. It's always on media luna bread, which is the sweeter of the Cuban sandwich breads. That's all I got. So let's make one. I toast the bread because I don't think that this should really be pressed as much as a Cuban should be. We're not really melting the cream cheese, right? So I'm just toasting actually both sides a little bit, the outer side more than the inner. And I just like to kind of dry it out a little bit before I start spreading the cream cheese on it. And try to make sure that your cream cheese is pretty much like almost at room temp, because if it's too hard, it's gonna break the bread as you try to top everything with it, especially the cream cheese. All right, let's go ahead and grab the bread. I'm very excited. This is actually my first venture in making an Elena Ruz. I order them a lot, but I've never made one. Okay, let's shut off our heat. Very good. So on one side of the bread, and I think I'm gonna go with the flatter side of the bread, I'm gonna go ahead and spread the cream cheese on, somewhat thick. Okay, almost there, sorry guys. Good. So, generous helping of the cream cheese. Let's go ahead and grab our turkey. And I think 2 is probably good. We could do a half more. Maybe I'll do like 2.5 per sandwich of this. Like so. And then let's take this, break it in half, and throw a little bit in the center, a little bit less. There we go. And then let's take our chunky strawberry jam and place this over the top. So what I'm gonna do while you guys take 30 seconds to breathe and stretch your legs, I'm gonna press this for like 20 seconds just to toast it back up. So come right back, Taste Buds. You're watching SoFlo Taste here on Local 10, the local station. SoFlo Taste returns right after this. Welcome back to our Cuban Sandwich Show. We are just finishing our Cuban American sandwich called the Elena Ruz. And I was just toasting the sandwich on both sides, just a little, because you know when you get that crisp outside and that creamy, soft inside, there's really nothing like it. So I think we're about there. It's really crispy. Okay. And it's nice and warm. I would just have your little griddle going so that you can warm them up. I brush the griddle, not the bread, with the teeny tiniest amount of butter. You don't necessarily have to with a sandwich, but I just think it makes it better. So let's cut this in half. Let's see what she looks like. There you have it, the Elena Ruz. I think I'm gonna try it. This is so good. Okay, this brings me back. I have not tasted one of these since I was a kid. And it's so good. I don't know why I don't make them at home for my kid. So that's how they look. They are delicious. I have a feeling y'all are gonna be making these and putting them on the table for everybody. This is such a great snack. It's such a great lunch. I'll bet you never saw Cuban sandwiches like some of the ones I made for you today. It's my way of honoring National Cuban Sandwich Day and my way of keeping SoFlo as the Cuban sandwich capital of the world. So taste buds, thank you for spending time with me. I enjoy every minute of it, and I'll see you here next time for some more food and fun. Goodbye, mwah, and good taste. Prestidigitation.